Have you ever thought about who Moaning Myrtle really was? What if she wasn't just an annoying ghost haunting a school bathroom, but a tragic soul with a heartbreaking past? In today's video, you will uncover the hidden story of Myrtle Warren, one filled with pain, loneliness, and a fate worse than death. At first glance, Moaning Myrtle seems like comic relief. She whines, wails, and sulks in the bathroom, scaring students and throwing tantrums. But her story is anything but funny. Born into a Muggle family, Myrtle faced relentless bullying from the moment she set foot in Hogwarts. Her thick glasses and troubled skin made her an easy target. She had no friends, no support, only taunts and whispers behind her back. Then, one fateful day, her suffering took a deadly turn. In 1943, the legendary Chamber of Secrets was opened, unleashing the monster hidden within. While most feared the unknown terror stalking the school, Myrtle became its first victim. But was it really just the basilisk that ended her life? Or was there something far more sinister at play? Myrtle died alone, mocked and ridiculed even in her final moments, but her story didn't end there. Instead of moving on, she returned, trapped as a ghost, forever bound to the very place of her suffering. She wanted revenge, and her first act of vengeance, haunting the girl who tormented her in life. The Ministry of Magic tried to intervene, but all they did was confine her to Hogwarts. And so Myrtle spent decades locked in a cycle of misery, bound to a school that never cared for her. Yet, despite her sorrow, she became more than just a ghostly nuisance. She witnessed the return of the Chamber's horror. She helped Harry Potter uncover vital secrets. She even formed an odd connection with Draco Malfoy, sharing his pain in one of his darkest hours. Myrtle's story is one of tragedy, but also of unexpected importance. She was a girl the world forgot, a soul lost in the echoes of Hogwarts' past. But was she truly doomed to wander forever? Or did she find some small measure of peace in the end? Stay with me as we dive deep into the life, death, and haunting legacy of Moaning Myrtle. The Chamber of Secrets had been nothing more than a legend. A whispered myth passed down through generations of Hogwarts students. But in 1943, Tom Riddle proved the legend was real, and he did so with blood. Moaning Myrtle was his first victim, the girl no one noticed, the girl no one cared to protect, and her death would become the moment that changed wizarding history forever. Myrtle Warren was a lonely, bullied Ravenclaw, thick glasses, bad skin, a quiet girl who spent more time hiding in the girls' bathroom than anywhere else. No one wanted to sit with her at meals, no one invited her to Hogsmeade, and no one, not even the teachers, saw the danger waiting for her. That afternoon, she had been crying, humiliated after another cruel joke by Olive Hornby. She slammed the bathroom stall shut, vowing never to come out. But then she heard footsteps. She wasn't alone. A voice echoed through the bathroom, hissing, a language she didn't understand. She stepped out. The last thing she saw were two glowing yellow eyes staring at her from the sink. And then, nothing. Her body hit the cold stone floor, dead before she even had time to scream. No one knew. No one saw. But Tom Riddle stood there, watching his work with satisfaction. It was the perfect crime. The school panicked. The monster of Slytherin had claimed a life. But no one suspected Tom. He had played the part of a concerned student so well. "Sir, I wonder whether you could tell me," he had asked Professor Dippet, "why the school keeps being threatened with closure." He painted himself as a victim, a boy desperate to stay at Hogwarts, afraid of returning to the Muggle orphanage. And then he framed Rubeus Hagrid. Tom Riddle had won. But it wasn't just about escaping suspicion. Myrtle's death had given him something far greater, his first Horcrux. He had been studying dark magic for years, searching for the ultimate path to immortality. He had found it in the darkest book of all, Secrets of the Darkest Art. To split the soul is an act of violation, the book explained. It is against nature. But Tom had no fear of violating nature. Myrtle's soul had barely left her body when he made his decision. He chose the diary, a simple black book, unassuming, ordinary, but within its pages he poured a fragment of his soul. He whispered the incantation. He felt the tear inside him, the wound that could never heal, but he did not regret it. I, who have gone further than anybody along the path that leads to immortality. Tom Riddle had become something more than human, and he had no intention of stopping. Years later, Lucius Malfoy would slip the diary into the hands of Ginny Weasley, unleashing its dark magic once again. The diary was not just a book. It thought, it spoke, it controlled, it drained the life from Ginny, nearly reviving Riddle himself. But that diary, his first Horcrux, would never have existed if Myrtle had lived. She had been the key, the first sacrifice. Myrtle never knew, never realized how important her death had been. She haunted the bathroom, crying, wailing, forever trapped in the place where she had died. She frightened students, she annoyed teachers, but she had no idea that her murder had helped create the darkest wizard of all time. Her story had been erased, reduced to nothing more than a nuisance. If someone had stopped him then, if Myrtle had never died, would there have been a Voldemort at all? Would he have become the Dark Lord without that first kill? Without the diary, would he have ever dared to make more Horcruxes? Or had Hogwarts, by ignoring one lonely girl, sealed its own fate?